Hello, fellas. So we have two very important topics to discuss here. But it's unfortunate that I will start with the sad one, and it is about people of Plateau State. While Tinubu is in Abuja gallivanting with Wike, we see them renaming conference halls, renaming stadiums. You know, just after his own name. When we know that Tinubu has achieved nothing, people in Plateau State are being killed like flies, mosquitoes, and chickens. Just some hours ago, as I have here on my screen, Business Day, 58 people killed, 15,000 displaced in recent Plateau attack. The very current current CDS of Army, which is Christopher Musa, has said one thing, that there is an agenda by the bandits, by the herders, to grab land. He said it. He said what is happening is not about climate change, because when you ask, the agronomists, the people who are in politics, right, who are largely sympathizers of these Fulani herders, that what is the cause of this incessant killing in the middle belt, they will tell you it is climate change. No, it is not climate change. Well, listen, we've always had drought. Even in the Bible, we had famine, right? In the Bible, we had drought. So the issue of climate change is a non-starter. It is not even acceptable. It is not tenable to use as a defense mechanism for why we are having a continuous and unending clash between the farmers and the herders. Christopher Musa said that it is simply a land grab agenda. The land grab agenda is these Fulani herders, marauding bandits, have been able to organize themselves, go into collaborations with foreign machineries who have that long connective chain connection with ISIS, Islamic State, right? If you are a student of African politics, you will know that the Sahel, most especially Mali, right, is almost right now being defeated and taken over by the ISIS. These are the people training the Fulani herders of Nigeria, and they are getting machineries. In fact, attacking the people of Plateau State, who are largely Christians, looking up to God, begging God for a miracle. These are people who feel that God somehow will just open the earth and the ground will swallow their killers. It's not going to happen if you do not rise up to fight. I'm sorry, that God that you look up to, unfortunately, it has not happened in 100 years, it has not happened in 200 years, will not come and fight for you. Let me read quickly. Let me read what is going on. So this is what is going on. Like 58 persons have been killed, 31 injured, and over 15,000 displaced in a wave of coordinated attacks. Watch the video of how they attacked them. Now, welcome back. You can see this, they said, was done in a way that is so sophisticated. They did it in a way that these marauders, right, these guys that attacked their community, they ensured that they were actually positioned in groups. They had people that stayed at the entrance of that community. They had people that went to the exit, okay, to the rear of the community. Then they had people that now went inside the community, okay. They attacked the people. So those that were at the start and end of the perimeter of that community were passing information using walkie-talkie. In case soldiers are coming, police are coming, they will inform them from whatever angle they are coming from, so that those that are inside will know where to run to. In fact, A person that survived, not without injury, by the way, he survived this attack, has said, I'm going to play you the guy's interview, though there are some images that I wouldn't like to show, but I will show you. I mean, I'm going to play the audio. He said these guys came in fully prepared with drones. When non-state actors, when Fulani bandits, when they begin to attack with drones, when they begin to do what we call reconnaissance, like before I enter the next street, make I check whether anybody know they there. That level of sophistication that even our Nigerian army, sometimes we question them that our Nigerian armies not having what we call area surveillance capabilities. So you see that what we are having is the Nigerian state is about to be crushed, and of course taken over by these marauding Fulani headers. It's as simple as that. Because if the act, because Jos sits at the heart of this nation, Jos sits as the center of this country. Jos used to be a very peaceful. Jos was one of the most beautiful states in the country, because Jos was just after Lagos. You can say Jos is the biggest metropolis, or the cosmopolitan state that you have, because it's so central. You have Igbos, you have Yoruba, you have Hausas, you have all tribes in Jos, because the weather was so lovely. But what do we have? Plateau now has been turned to a blood, in fact, a zone whereby on a daily basis there's what we call bloodbath. People are killed in their sleep, they are killed cold-blooded, unfortunately, and Tinubu is right there, right? Is right there in Abuja. Baba, they dance. They rename people. Now, no be him build the conference, so no be him build the distance. So now, person will be themselves, not even rename am, right? Buhari built what's it called? And I'm not, by the way, trying to say Buhari is a good person, but Buhari built the second Niger bridge. Buhari did not rename it after himself. I think Buhari gave it a name. One I can't recall. An Eastern politician, he gave that bridge that name. So you see that this one, he doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care. If you call yourself, you think you're a Yoruba man, that this man is doing your bidding. It's not, because today we know that there are so many places in Oyo State right now that has almost been taken over by these headers. We know. Are we talking about Ondo State? So many places. In fact, in Ogun State, there are some forests that you dare not just, you don't just stroll in there. You walk astray in there, you are gone. You are gone immediately. You are gone. So I mean, these things are very unfortunate that the Tinubu administration, right, will have it will become so spineless that it cannot confront the Fulani headers bandits. Yes, it's unfortunate. And the North are not, listen, the North are not remorseful. The North are not taking this responsibility to call anybody that is supporting this blood-sucking demons. They are not. The likes of Pantani, who in the past used to be one of the loudest voice of Islamization of Nigeria, today all of a sudden have gone quiet. The likes of Shegumi, they've all gone quiet. All these things are happening because why? They know that if you want power in the country, they are the one that will anoint you. And this is the reason why, and the second topic is coming up, where they said that the Northeast are saying that Tinubu is marginalizing them in terms of infrastructure. Who are the Northeast? The Northeast are the people of the vice president. Just you see that on my screen. They are saying that Tinubu has sidelined them in terms of infrastructure, that infrastructure development, everything is being channeled to southwest, south, and northwest. They said, how will southeast, okay, this is the territory known as the Biafran region, that how can the Igbos be getting more infrastructure development initiative more than these northeasterners, even though they have their son in the government? I think at this stage, I'm not going to defend Tinubu, but I think you see these northern politicians, or should I say these northeastern politicians, most times are, I mean, they are senseless. You have your son in there. Your son today who called someone an ice cream seller. This is someone who called Obi how manner of names. He called Obi a sweet candy seller. He called Oshibanjo ice cream seller. Today is a ghost worker in Aso. Instead of you to call your son out that Shetima, you cannot be in there, and we in the northeast will not have any level of benefit gaining from this current administration. But instead, they chose to attack the president. Well, yes, they have every right to do. But you must understand that the North will not attack their own. That is the hypocrisy I want to call out here. Okay? They will not attack their sons. Buhari spent 8 freaking years. They Northeast voted for Buhari overwhelmingly. Northwest voted for Buhari overwhelmingly. They did not call out Buhari. It was when Oshibanjo did an initiative called Trader Money. We know how they went for the jugular of Oshibanjo. They started calling Oshibanjo all manner of names. Ah, Oshibanjo is a thief. It was immediately after that scenario. Oshibanjo became deaf and dumb. You will remember there was a time Oshibanjo took power because Buhari was not around. And in a space of 2 to 3 months, Oshibanjo was able to fight what we call price commodity gouging. You know, people were causing what we call artificial scarcity, and Oshibanjo deployed task force to invade markets, and that actually worked. And afterwards, Oshibanjo was given a program that he should go out there and carry out what we call trader money, give monies to market women, not knowing that it was a setup. It was the people that were working with Oshibanjo that actually what corrected that process, and they embezzled a lot of money. But at the end of the day, Oshibanjo was the one that bear the brunt. And we know how those northern politicians went for his head. In a nutshell, what am I trying to say? They will not go for their own. Even if their own son, right, is become so incapacitated that he has no capacity to hold a pen and write his own name. Let me tell you, the northern elite, the northern oligarchs will say that leave him, we like him. They won't. They will not. But all of a sudden, northeastern politicians are saying Tinubu is marginalizing them. How can he be carrying, doing east-west road in southeast? How can he be building Lagos Calabar road from south to southwest to south? How can he be doing another seaport? How can he be renovating Enugu airport? You see, let me tell you. Listen, just listen. The solution to this nonsense and confusion that we have is total, you know, I mean, regionalism or disintegration. It's as simple as that. Because I am tired of coming to this platform every day and talking about almost the same thing. It is so tiring. Nigeria is a boring story to tell. I'm telling you, Nigeria is a boring story to tell on a daily basis, because by tomorrow I know something will happen that will warrant me to come here and tell you almost the same thing, because there is nothing. What is holding us back is that tribalism, that that nepotism, that I am supposed to benefit more than you, even when you know you are not working. The Nigeria is a state that has, let me tell you, totally totally swept what we call meritocracy under the rug. Because if Nigeria was a country that actually adheres to what we call meritocracy, that adheres to what we call, I mean, rewarding performance, right? A country that rewards performance, yes, everybody will be. I mean, there won't be issues. There will not, because it is what I work for, I get. Okay, the northeasterners are lamenting that Tinubu is not building infrastructures there. They never did that under Buhari. Now Tinubu is being blamed. The money that they want Tinubu to use, where is it being generated from? You ask them that question. Where is that money coming from? So you see the unfortunate, and I mean, it's a story that I wish will come to an end as soon as possible. If I have any one wish, I wish that the Americans will please announce and pronounce and recognize those who are agitating to leave this nation. Because for me, I don't see any headway. I don't see any headway. The past presidents and past leaders have done so many things to try and liberate this country. The same people that have stood against this are the northern oligarchs. So many of them. During the time of Obasanjo, there were so many things he tried to do. They went against it. During the time of Jonathan, so many things he tried to do, they went against it. So you will understand, what did Jonathan try to do? Jonathan said, let us have a confederation. But before we do, let us have a consensus. And Jonathan spent nothing less than 150 billion in that. Every day they were meeting, they were having conferences. All the tribes in Nigeria, there was someone representing he or she, them in that conference. And haven't had that consensus, that agreement for over a period of 6 months. They said Nigeria will work, become prosperous by not necessarily splitting the country, but by ensuring that individual tribe, individual region interest is protected, recognized in the constitution, and resources are shared to represent the true contributors of that resources. What does that mean? It simply means if I find gold in Zamfara people will earn more resources or revenue from that gold. Those people who have oil, those people who drink alcohol, those people who work hard, I mean, whatever you do to generate fun, because you are actually the guy who owns that mineral resource or whatever it is, you should earn more. These were the things confab, resolved to. But we know that the northern senators and House of Reps, they all said no, we will not accept this. This will lead to Nigeria being divided. The word Nigeria being divided simply means you are against the North. Anything that comes forward and says dividing revenue, redistributing resource, take for instance the Tinubu tax reform bill. Who were the people that came out to cry? The North. The same Northeast was where the Northerners got their attack dog from, Ali Ndume. So you will see what I mean, that it's so unfortunate. The only solution is, let us have that disintegration that we have been yearning for in the South and the Middle Belt. If you are just joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Bye for now. And mind, sorry for the background. I'm in my mechanic workshop. Bye for now.